Imagine a workout app that doesn't force you to train a certain way. What if you wanted to try 5-3-1, something by Johnny Candido or other YouTubers, Arnold, hell, follow a program off Reddit or try dozens of others. All without spreadsheets to keep track of. You don't have to remember sets or weights since the app tracks them. You don't even have to follow a program. You can make your own workouts. And best of all, it's free, which is probably a terrible business model, so I was skeptical about how well it would work, but after using Boostcamp for 8 months and completing well over 100 workouts, which includes my wife and I making many of our own workouts, as well as following several popular programs like TSA Intermediate and Calgary Barbell 16-week program, I'd say the results speak for themselves. I've added 65 pounds to my total so far. I'm actually filming this right before we test, so I just smoothly dubbed that in there, but I've set new PRs in a lot of exercises. ×5 bench, ×5 deadlift. My 1 rep max in deadlift has gone way up. I don't believe in squatting, so we'll skip that. Actually, I have set new maxes there as well, but nobody cares about my squat, so here's Winnie repping her old 1 rep max. She set PRs in bench, squat, and deadlift as well, and has enjoyed the training so much that she's decided we're gonna do a powerlifting meet. So if you wanna see me in a skin-tight onesie, you should probably subscribe for that. We're gonna cover what this app does well, where it needs improvement, its usability, our personal experiences and results from it, and all of its features, which is actually a pretty extensive list, but I have no life outside of lifting and YouTube, so I've spent hours narrowing this all down. Before we get too far in, I should say I have no affiliation with Boostcamp. There's no coupon code or way for me to make money if you use the app. I just think as a free app, and there are premium features that we'll talk about, but for a free app, this delivers a lot more than you'd expect. So what is Boostcamp? We'll talk about making your own custom workouts and routines later on, but for now, let's focus on programming. If you've ever searched for a program and ended up with a spreadsheet that has you looking more confused than my wife, questioning my latest home gym purchase, you already understand how difficult it can be to find a good routine and follow it. Well, Boostcamp helps with that by not only converting all those plans into legible workouts, but it guides you through them as well. Let's take Enson's 5-3-1 as an example, which is one of the over 50 programs they're hosting on the app currently, with more being added all the time. The program itself is fairly straightforward, but when you onboard, it'll ask you some questions to guide you. How many days do you work out each week? Your experience level and focus, and then it'll ask your maxes. But if you don't know those, you can use the built-in calculator. Once you're all set up, Boostcamp will calculate your weights and give your sets and reps, and it'll even increase your maxes based on how you perform on certain highlighted sets. Technically, you can do all of that using the original spreadsheet for Enson's 5-3-1 and a few web pages, but I got sick of keeping track of multiple spreadsheets and PRs for various lifts. Sure, I remember my 1 rep maxes, but I can't tell you what I did 3 weeks ago for ×5 squat, pause deadlift, or how much I barbell rode, but Boostcamp tracks all that so I can just go to my history and see exactly what I did even months ago. All right, but what if you don't know what program you should try? Well, nothing's gonna replace a little research and getting bullied by internet experts, but Boostcamp can help you choose a plan by narrowing things down by your experience level, style of lifting, whether you're in a full or garage gym, and how many days you work out per week. But you do still have to select a program that works for you, your wants and needs and training style. But Boostcamp will show you a quick overview. You can see program variations, check out the schedule, look at reviews, or go crazy and read about it in depth. But if all that research hurts your brain, like me, you can ignore it and get right to work, which is the beauty of the app. It really simplifies things, and Boostcamp is filled with popular and proven programs. Some are from the community and others were created exclusively through collaborations with the app, and they've got some pretty big names working with them, including Basement Brandon, who we've met and done a gym tour with. And his program is very popular, though I should mention he's much smaller in person than on camera. But enough about what the app can do. Let's talk about our results and experiences using it. To set the stage for this, we used the free version for about 4 months before we switched to premium. The paid version is kind of like our Patreon. You're still getting the same content you would for free, but also a little bit extra. It's a way to directly support creators because otherwise it wouldn't be sustainable. We've made an entire video showing every way this channel makes money and how much work and how expensive it is, and it's no different for the app. You have to pay someone to update it, to keep it running, to literally code it, and without them being able to make some kind of money, the app wouldn't exist. But the crazy part is you can use it for free and really lose no important functionality. Sure, you don't get the plate calculator that Winnie swears by because she refuses to do the math, or maybe she just really likes to make me angry, and you don't have access to analytics and charts and a few other nice to have features. But before switching to premium, we really didn't have any issues. During our 8 months of using this, we ran our own workouts for a lot of the time. And creating and inputting your custom workouts is pretty easy, and there's a few ways to do it. You can make your own on the fly. You just add your exercises, tweak your sets, weights, and reps, add notes, view exercise demos, rearrange things. It's actually pretty simple to use, but very powerful. Or you can make your own customizable workout templates. So if you've designed a killer chest workout with your favorite exercises, sets, reps, and RPEs, you can easily input it into Boostcamp. Heck, you can even make your own programs if you want. But my favorite feature is that the workout summary shows the weight of only your top set. So you just make sure to put a few extra pounds on that one so your friends and followers think you did everything else at that same weight. It's actually that it tracks and remembers the last time you did an exercise, so your weights are right there. Now, I'm not saying my whiteboard system with illegible notes on exercises that I have no idea what the hell I was talking about doesn't work, but I can't go back through my history on each and every lift I've done to easily see my progress. Before we tried Boostcamp, Winnie had just had a baby, and although we trained through her pregnancy and afterwards, we obviously had to make some adjustments. I mention that because if you look at her old PRs in the big three, she's pulled 275, benched 135, and squatted 235. Well, now she's repping all those weights, and the same can be said about many of my PRs. To be fair, Winnie and I never powerlifted before, more power building and bodybuilding, but we weren't exactly slouches. But when Winnie decided she wanted to do a meet, we knew it was time to take things a bit more seriously. Sure, we've done other programs like Smoloff Jr. and 531, which you can watch our reviews of, but we're pretty competitive with each other, and although I only lift to look good to the people who bully me online, I don't exactly want to bomb a meet where my fame means at least 2 people will know us there, ourselves. So we approached some online coaches, but with my home gym spending, we couldn't exactly justify the $200 a month we were each quoted. To be clear, a coach would probably get us better results, but we're just in this for the fun of it and to see if it's something we like. So the plan was to try the TSA intermediate program and then do the meet. But I might have kinda sorta not signed up on time for the meet, so Winnie was really happy when I added Calgary Barbell's 16-week program onto our training. So about 24 weeks of prep, a lot of PRs, and we learned a ton along the way. For example, Calgary's program has made me appreciate squatting a lot more because 8 sets of squats one day and then 2 additional days of squatting in a week is so much worse than any routine I've ever created. Never mind pin squats and pause squats, but my form has improved even if it still needs work, and my numbers and confidence are climbing. And let me tell you, you want to watch your deadlift rocket, try pause deadlifts and other variations these programs use. There's nothing like contemplating your life decisions during that 2-second pause off the floor. Now, obviously, we haven't done the meet yet, but we've hit a lot of PRs in training, and I'm hoping to add like 75 pounds to my deadlift over those 24 weeks, which based on what we've seen so far seems pretty realistic. But even if I bomb the meet completely, I've learned a lot by trying other programs that force me to train differently, and Boostcamp has made them incredibly easy to follow. Now, that doesn't mean the app isn't without its issues or that it's for everyone. If you're that person who's addicted to their phone so badly you can't even put it down when you're spotting someone, yes, that clip is dramatized. Not the weight, that's legit, but some people do better with journals, whiteboards, whatever, and a phone can be a distraction. There were also a few times I found the exercise database was missing the movement I was doing. To be fair, I put it through probably close to 100 movements and was able to add in my own movements with premium in a limited amount in free mode, and it never happened during one of their programs. But if you're into some unorthodox and creative movements, it might come up. Actually, they're continually updating and improving the app and have another major update coming after this video comes out with offline mode and other features. So maybe the movement thing is nitpicking a bit, but I do try to be thorough in these reviews. Have I run into little bugs and quirks along the way? Sure, but I've been running this thing for a long time and it's free to try or really to use forever. So there's no real risk. This one not doing it for you, check out some of our other program reviews here. Thanks to our Patreons, links in the description. I'll see you next week.